Well, hey everybody, I am out here at my campsite for the Camp Challenge Alliance. I actually stayed out here last night. Me and my son both did. As you can see, there's a lot of debris out here, so we're gonna have to do a lot of cleaning up. As far as my 5 items go, my axe, my ferro rod, and over here I got my tarp. Under my tarp I've got my hammock, and inside my hammock I have a sleeping bag. Sorry about the lighting, it is pretty dark out here today. I did have this all set up, but you know, I used more than my 5 items to do that, so first thing I gotta do is cut some stakes and redo my tarp the right way. And I'll use the axe for that. Like I said, there's enough debris around here, I don't have to worry about it. I do have a ton of stuff with me because we're setting up for a big group party out here. So I got a lot of stuff with me. I've just been delivering it all out in the Jeep. But overall, yeah, today is all about using these 5 items, and of course 3 of them are my sleep system. So that leaves me, you know, limited. I got an axe and a ferro rod outside of that. There's a pasture, so we got horse manure around here we got to clean up. Lots of branches. As you can see, it's all hanging down. At one point I had this all cleared out, but you know, been a bad summer, really dry. There's a tree over here, it's just leaning. I don't know if I'll take that down or not, or make the landowner come out with their tractor and just pull it down. Just get it so it's a little safer. And outside of that, this is a beautiful area. I love coming out here. My son, he just ran off. I think he was running to go use the bathroom. He's not a deep woods pooper, let's put it that way. Unlike the dog, first thing he did when he came out here this morning is go to the bathroom. I've been out here about an hour now, just you know, taking down my tarp, unloading some more stuff out of the Jeep. Like I say, my next step is I need a couple of poles to fly my tarp up. And I think that will be a little more effective for me. Oh, as you can see, no knots, just toggles. I find it works better, it's quicker to fold up and everything else. But yeah, I'm gonna bust out the axe, cut me a few stakes, and get my tarp set back up. And I'll get back to you soon. All right, well, I found a couple pieces that work good for stakes. Well, this is not that good a piece, so you can cut it. That'll work pretty good. One stick. Old rotten stump works pretty good. I want that back. Okay, at least they're landing in the same spot. And I'll just sharpen these 3. So I have 4 good stakes. I also grabbed a couple of sticks that will work good as posts. Not great. All this wood's super dry, but that's all right. Tall enough. Really all that matters. Oh, I haven't worn my beanie in a long time. Oh, it's too tall, so that whole rotten stump. Yeah, 2 posts, 4 stakes, good to go. Ground's pretty hard here. Of course, I don't got the camera on me, but oh well. And that's one of the reasons I went for the axe, is because I got a hammerhead. Oh, that's just my luck. Just my luck. Just the back side of the tarp, no problem. All right, well, now I got the tarp set up. I'll walk you around it. Just, you know, stake in the ground, cordage, a little toggling on there, and same thing on the other end. But now it gives me a room to come under, place to sit. That's most important. I think my next thing is going to be working on the fire pit. Since I'm going to end up with a pretty good amount of people out here, I think build that a little bigger, maybe put a keyhole in it so we can have a regular fire and then still have a cooking area. And eventually we're going to be setting up tarp over there for a kitchen area. And most of the guys that are coming will all be hanging their hammocks out here in the trees. So it'll be fun. Like I said, there's a lot of debris out here. I got a pup tent, one of my old pup tents I got to set up behind my hammock here for the dogs. That way they got a place to sleep. I got their dog bed and everything with me, so they'll enjoy it. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit around, dink around, and keep going at this. I got quite a bit to do to clean this place up. But you know, I got a little bit of time before everybody starts showing up. But you know, I do want to have a nice fire tonight. I want to cook up some ribs. You know, since my 5th item is just a ferrule rod, I don't have a cook pot or nothing like that. So it'll be kind of fun. Finger food for sure. But yeah, I did bring lots of water. Water for the dogs, food for the dogs, lots of water for me, and you know, it's gonna be fun. I haven't spent 24 hours like this in a while. You know, normally when I go out, I'm spoiled rotten. You know, the whole pile of stuff I got right there, I'm using. But I'll do this 24 hours, then I'll use all that stuff and enjoy it. But next step, let's fix this fire pit. As you see, I got a start on it. The basic whole concept of a keyhole fire is a main area. You have your main fire in, and then a place where you can push the coals off under a grill or a grate and cook over here. That way you're not cooking over the huge flames and such. You can just control your temperatures a little better. And if I have to, I can put a rock over the entrance to the keyhole. It helps a little. But yeah, I just moved a bunch of rocks. I'm gonna sit in the hammock, relax for a few. This poor old fir tree just rotted out at the base. Looks like it's leaning up there pretty good, but not safe, that's for sure. And a lot of you might ask why I went with a hammock and not just tarp on the ground. I'll show you in a second. But I have to pick this up. Beauty. Good shape too. Yeah, all over out here, there are ants' nests. Some are like this, kind of small. I don't know if the GoPro's gonna do it, but it is crawling. I'd say that's a 4 foot tall, 6 foot wide ant's nest. Yeah, that's why I'm not sleeping on the ground, because they're all over out here. I don't mind the ants. They do a pretty good job of cleaning up everything, and I just don't want them cleaning up on me. I do have a video I put out, I don't know, a year or so ago, Signs of Spring, showing the ants and their activity. And it was a walk around the same area. Huge ants nests out here. Some of them are pretty monstrous. I mean, that one's a decent sized one, but it's not that big. There's a couple small ones right here around the campsite. So that's why I went with the hammock, sleep off the ground. Nice feather though. I'll keep that. Oh, my old girl, she don't even want to get out of the Jeep. She's happy in there. She won't have a choice when I take the Jeep back up. All right, now I got to yell at my dog again. Come on, buddy. Come on. Can't trust that one. He can get a mile in a few seconds. And he likes to run, so it's pretty good idea to keep an eye on, knowing where he is and such. This is my kid's setup. It's his first time hanging a hammock. Last time he was here, I hung his hammock for him, so he obviously has to adjust it a little more, get it off the ground some, because when I got up this morning, he was sitting on the ground. I warned him it happened. But yeah, if the weather is holding right now, it's supposed to be raining, and the weather report shows it raining, but we haven't seen any yet. Just kind of a light foggy mist. I'll get out here and fly the drone around if possible. But yeah, nice field out here. Usually there's cattle out here and they keep the grass pretty well cut, but there are no cows out here right now, no horses. The landowner had a monster Scottish Highland, and that cow died this year, so she was very unhappy about that. But yeah, it's weird. I've been out here thousands of times and never once seen this grass this tall. But yeah, if I need more rocks, easy to find. This whole area has kind of got rocks everywhere, but I figured I'd just share a walk around, just small walk around this area. Lots of coyote poop and deer. Here's a tiny little ant's nest with a neighbor. It's a little bigger. Yeah, and we're right behind the campsite. I just gotta, you know, firewood's not gonna be an issue, but I'm gonna be burning a lot of small branches. And since I chose the axe, not a saw or anything, I'm just gonna feed the logs into the fire, burn them that way. It's effective. But as you can tell, there's tons of debris out here and it's all bone dry. So hopefully, using a ferro rod, I won't have any issues. There's stuff like this that are just fir needles that are barely holding on. These will fire up in a second. So I'll gather up a whole bunch of them, make a pile, and do it that way. The grass doesn't look dry enough out there, and here in the trees everything's green still. So I don't know how I'll work that. There is some wood here I want to char up while I'm out here for, not this trip, but while I'm out here in the next 3 weeks. I'm gonna char up some punk wood. And you can see there's a good thing to, if I decided to bring a saw, I'd be sitting pretty with firewood. Don't get me wrong, I do have a saw with me. I'm just not gonna use it for this challenge. I know I gotta get out here and do some pruning around the area, get it cleaned up. Last year when I left this place, it was clean. This whole area I've got all the branches cut up on, it was all clean. And now I got to make room for at least 5 more hammocks, 2 more tents, and then a kitchen area. But you know, that's not for today. The challenge is for today. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be spending most of my time sitting in the hammock, I think. I might have to, I got an ice chest up at the house, which isn't too far away. I'll walk up there to get my food when I need it. If I'm really hungry, I got some food in the Jeep. I got some figs and I got some pizza pocket things we got last night that are pretty good. I ordered 2 of them because I figured I'd be hungry today, so I barely ate 2 pieces of one. Yeah, I have to get the rake at some point and get out here and rake up all this stuff, clean it up, get the branches all cleaned up into a pile. Obviously, I'm going to have to trim some more branches. I might have to get my big saw out for that when I do that. And then the road coming in, I got to get up on it in a few spots and break some limbs off or cut them off. Just so the people coming in aren't scratching up their rigs. I broke some off with the rack on the Jeep, but that's minor. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm not in a hurry to get a fire going. It's still 10 a.m. here, you know. Like I said, I got out here about 8. Well, I got up about 6, went up to the house, grabbed some more stuff in the Jeep, you know, dog food, dog water, because the dogs didn't stay out here last night. And yeah, I threw out the dog bed on the ground. Big guy doesn't even want to use it. And like I said, the other old girl, she didn't even want to get out of the Jeep. Kind of don't blame her on that one. Yeah, well, it's going to be fun. I mean, I know other people are doing this challenge, and I'm hoping they're having a good time too. I mean, absolutely, just get out. That's what this is all about. It's just get out. Here's my old Scout pup tent, which I'm going to use for a doghouse. I'll throw their dog bed in there. I've had this thing, probably 35 years. Still in good shape. I don't know if it's waterproof anymore. I doubt it very much. So if it really starts raining, I'll have to throw a tarp over it, which I have a small tarp just for that. But yeah, I slept in this many areas, backpacked it in. For what it is, it's a pretty light tent for as old as it is too. I'd say it's probably a 3.5 pound tent with the poles and everything. And it's got the old shepherd hook stakes and everything for it. And that's what I use to set it up too, even though I have, you know, better aluminum ones with me. But yeah, many a nights in that tent. And my old girl, she slept in that a few times before I decided I was going to get a real tent, which I might set up, I might not, I don't know. Might just be for show later on. The rain has begun. You can see the big dog, he don't care. He doesn't even know if it's raining. I finally got the other one out. She's on her dog bed now. But I figured, you know, starting to rain, it's a good time to talk about the tarp. So I'll walk around out here to the backside. What I got here is the 10 by 10 or 10 by 12 Gold Armor tarp. That way you know how to spell it. This thing is nice. I used to use just a 10 by 10, but I always had to set it at a triangle. I like this square hanging or rectangle hang, as you would call it. And as you can see here, it's just big enough that my drip line on my carabiner here is just under it. Same on the other end. Great straps. They're marked Gold Armor also. Because the hammock's a Gold Armor hammock. And I've been using this for well over a year now. Been great. It's a double hammock. I did add a ridge line to it with a caddy and stuff like that. And the sleeping bag I'm using is also in Gold Armor 32-degree sleeping bag, which I'm still kind of testing out. And I'll tell you what, if it gets cold tonight and that thing doesn't work, I might have to add my wool blanket as a 5th item or a 6th item. We'll see. And the rain isn't so bad under here, but I can hear it up in the treetops, so it's just kind of, you can see it's a little wet, just dripping. Not bad. Looks like the kid put his tarp up upside down. Not that it matters, they're waterproof both ways. Yeah, just been kicking back, relaxing in the hammock and enjoying it. I know at some point here I got to start gathering up some debris for starting a fire. And then, you know, all this debris on the ground, I'll be slowly burning through it all. I know when we have the group out here, I got one of the guys, he's bringing a truckload of firewood, so we'll have real firewood for that. Until then, I'm just going to keep cleaning up this area and burning all these little sticks. And break off some more off the trees and burn them too. As you can see, this stuff's all really dry. This is the first rain we've had for, 3-4 months, something like that. But yeah, so far, 3 of my items are gold armor. I got a axe that I made myself. It's old camp axe. It does have a 90-degree edge on, or spine all the way around it, so it'll be good for striking the ferro rod. And the ferro rod is also something I bought a couple of them, and I was like, oh, it needs a handle on it, so cut a piece of deer antler and put a brass rivet in it, and so I can hang on to the ferro rod. It's actually hiding in the Jeep right now because I don't want it getting wet. But if you look around, I got fire starter everywhere. Just leaching out of these trees. That is the reason they don't have my backpack actually hanging on a tree. It's laying under the tarp. Now I got the dog's water out here. I'll get him some food here in a little bit. Miss the sound of the rain. You go a few months without it, you do miss it. Yeah, big guy, he don't even know it's raining. His hair's so thick. It takes him forever to get wet, and it takes him forever to get dry too. My old girl though, she don't like it. She don't like the rain, so she'll hide every chance she gets. And with her dog bed out here, she's quite happy. Big girl. And she's turning 16 this year. Pretty good for her dog breed, which is a Black Lab Blue Heeler mix. And the big guy over there is a Great Pyrenees and Rough Collie mix. Oh, love them just sitting here, enjoying the sounds of the rain. It'll be better later when I get a fire going and I can enjoy the sounds of the fire too. As far as critters go out here, there's not much. I saw a chipmunk a little while ago. Luckily the dog didn't see him. And that's about it. The birds have been quiet. I don't know whether they're just hunkering down, get ready for winter or what, but usually the birds are all over in these trees picking the ants. And it could be just us scaring them off too. I don't see, the dogs don't care about the birds, so never know, they might come in and visit. I hope so. That's part of the fun of being outside, is the animals and the wildlife, and the dog keeps staring over in one direction, but I don't know what he's looking at. I can't see that way. I got a wall. But hey, I'm gonna keep kicking it and keep enjoying, relaxing. Well, I think it's time to start a fire. I did pick some stuff up before it started raining really hard. Some regular dried fur, some old man's beard. As you can see, this stuff's really dry. I'm hoping it takes a spark pretty good. In wildfire season it will. This stuff's a little damp, but if I get a spark on there, this will take off no problem. I just hope this works. Never actually used my axe to do this. I'll give it a shot. Just that a little better. Not wanting to do work, that's always nice. if I'd have any luck with that part. So far, no. It's falling through it instead of lighting it. Use this old man's beard so you can catch the spark. Get the right spot. Get it tighter. Good spark, it's just not working for me. A little bit of smoke in there, but not enough. I feel the heat a little bit on the needles themselves. You know, looks like I'm gonna have to go hunting for some dry grass or something like that. Something a little better. I'll get back to you. Alright, well, I found some dry old man's beard and some little bit of twigs, a little bit of grass, not much. Everything's pretty well saturated out here, pretty darn good. So, let's see if we can't get a spark into this stuff. I know if it gets hot enough, or heck, when I used a lighter, it'd start right up. But we're trying not to do that. So, I can throw a rod. Basically just burned a hole right through it. Not flaming up the way I'd like. Oh man, just too wet. I have to keep hunting for something. Well, I just got lucky. I was out running around, found a whole bunch of twine, broke some of it up. We'll try this, and I actually found some really dry old man's beard under one of the trees out there. Hopefully I get a chance now, so. I think all I need to do is take a spark, get a flame, I'm good to go, right? That's the idea, at least. So let's try this again. Alright, now we got some fire. I do love twine. I keep some in my fire kit too. Just hope not have to use it. So far, I'm lucky. Oh yeah, this is, look how wet this is. It doesn't even want to burn. So we'll go to twigs. Hopefully we can get some of these twigs to burn. That would be my luck. One side effect of that twine is it burns quick. Looks like I have to get down there on this one. Oh man, come on. Maybe. Let's hope. Not too worried about it. Once it's gone, there's so many dry twigs around here. Matter of fact, walk right over here and grab some more. Get that out of there. Yeah, now all I gotta do is keep the fire going. Luckily I set the tarp up yesterday, so absolutely everything underneath of it is bone dry. I should have thought about grabbing a whole bunch of materials before they got wet. Oh well. Look at this stuff. No wonder I couldn't get it to start with a power rod. It's just too wet. Try some more of that out. Know what that is, yep. Everything's just wet. Alright, well, I'm gonna keep playing with this. I'll get back to you when I get it raging. Shouldn't be too long. Alright, that's a little better. Now I can dry off from all that walking around trying to find something to burn. Whew. Yeah, lots of limbs around here. So that's, you know, pretty much what I'll be feeding the fire the whole night. Yeah, at this point, it's not going out, so I'm happy. Well, still light rain out here, so not too bad. It's kind of hard to do this, you know, using only the axe when I got a saw laying right over there, but I can't use it. But no problem. I found a couple trees around here that I could break chunks off of, and still a lot of limbs laying around, all around, and tons more I could easily cut off these trees. So firewood's not going to be an issue. Did find a couple of big pieces that obviously have to dry out pretty good. You can see got some smoke. But I'm working on it. Here pretty soon I'm going to have to go find me something to make a spit to do some cooking on. That'll be fun. But yeah, I got a pretty good fire going now. Well, I'm just about ready to start my cooking. Got a rock there. And that's what I'm gonna cook on, is that rock. I'm gonna cook some baby back ribs. So I'll have to cut them to fit there. But I gotta wait till the fire dies down a little more. Break some coals in under that rock. Get it nice and hot. Alright. Well, I got enough here for probably 3 sections. find the bone. There's the bone right there, so we're gonna cut it. I'll get through the plastic here. There we go. Still a little frozen, I'd say. It's all right. There we go. On through. All right. Looks good. Definitely making a mess out of my ice chest, huh? That's all right. Let's get that out. And go throw it on the rock. Obviously, gotta find me a towel too. All right, well, my GoPro battery died, so that's useless. Probably doesn't like the humidity. A second here. Move my tripod out of the way. But I can show you what I got going on here. I got the pork there on the rock. I got to kick a couple of those logs off out of the way, grab some more coals, get them under there. But it is cooking. And I'll try to do as much as I can on my phone, but I don't have a lot of battery left on my phone either. Alright, I'm down to almost out of power on the phone too here, but I figured I'd give you a look. Oh, kind of hard to tell, but I can hear it sizzling. So my plan is, since I'm almost out of power, hopefully the GoPro will charge back up before the night's over. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw the other piece on here, another piece on here next to this, cook that too. And then, like I said, hopefully before the night's over I can get back to you guys. If not, yeah, I'm just gonna eat this, drink a beer, and probably go to bed. This is gonna fill me up good. But it is cooking something fierce on there. Sorry the lighting's so bad between the phone and the headlamp. But as you can see, I got a pretty good pile of coals under that rock. And you can see the fat dripping off the rock. You can't ask for any better than that. Alright. Well, hey everybody, it's next day. It's afternoon. I figured I'd wait a little while, do the exit video. You know, I got my extras set up now, at least comfortable chair. Don't get me wrong, hammock's pretty comfortable to sit in, but I enjoy my chair because I can move it around the fire and stuff like that. I will say this challenge was kind of hard for me. Since I had so much stuff with me, it was hard just to stick to those 4 or 5 items, you know, and I did it. It was fun. But I know next time, whatever challenge it is, I'll only bring in what I need for the challenge, because it was frustrating to have to bust up wood with an axe when I got a buck saw and a regular saw just sitting right here and not be able to use them. And same with the fire starting. I had a hard time starting my fire. I did eventually find some materials out here to make and get the fire going. But yeah, I have a fire kit right here with everything I need to start a fire. And next time, I don't think I'll have that, so I'm not thinking about it at least. And the same thing with, you know, the cooking went well last night. The food was great. The kid came down, he set up my fire anchor to cook his share, which, you know, worked out pretty good. My hat's hanging on it right now, but my food was great, even though I was cooking on a rock. It was just fine. I've been out here raking up the area, kind of cleaning it up, and I've got like 4 or 5 tarps I got to set up and a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to be in this same spot for 3 weeks. I'm going to enjoy every second of it, because I don't think I'll be able to hang my hammock again till next year when I come back. Oh, and it's cold. Yeah, it was cold last night for sure. My 32-degree sleeping bag, 32 Fahrenheit sleeping bag, that was good till I hit around 40. Then I could feel it a little bit. No biggie. Put the coat on, crawl back in. Simple as that. But yeah, I had to restake out the front of my tarp. I have my extension poles now, and I'm using regular stakes. Well, I'm not using a regular stake over there. That one, the wood, some of these times you pound the wood ones in, they're pretty good. But we kept tripping over this one, so it loosened up, and when I got up this morning, the whole thing was sagging because of the rain. As you can see now, it's kind of nice out. Go figure, you know, maybe I should have waited and done my 24-hour challenge today instead of yesterday. But either way, it was still a good challenge, good fun, and I can't wait to see everybody else's videos. And thanks for watching.